All right, let's dive into a story about one of our clients who reached out to AceNgage with a big concern. They wanted to predict how many employees might leave in the upcoming year. For a service company, this is crucial. Knowing who might leave and when means they can plan better, keep business stable, and focus on employee retention. So, when they came to us, we knew we could help them out with our attrition prediction model. First things first, we needed to analyze their past exit data. We took a deep dive into their employee exit trends, and with the help of our machine learning tools, we looked for patterns. You know, things like specific departments with higher attrition, certain job roles more prone to leaving, and even times of the year when exits were more likely and 30 more patterns. After gathering all that info, we ran these trends through their current workforce. This allowed us to predict which employees were more likely to leave over the next 3-6 months and assign probabilities to each prediction. It was eye-opening for them. Now, what trends did we find? For instance, employees in their customer service department had a 40% higher probability of leaving, especially those who'd been with the company for around 2-3 years. We also noticed that people working in certain high-stress roles were at a 55% likelihood of considering exits within the next 6 months. All in all, we identified around 120 employees who were at a high probability of leaving within that time frame. But here's where AceNgage goes the extra mile. We didn't just hand over the predictions and leave it at that. We took it a step further. Our trained behavioral counselors reached out to each of these employees one-on-one to really understand what was going on. It wasn't about convincing them to stay, but about listening. We wanted to hear their concerns, their feedback, anything they felt would help them thrive at work. Through these conversations, we confirmed that 87% of the employees we predicted were indeed planning to leave, demonstrating 87% accuracy in our data. Of these, 67% cited reasons that were actually controllable, meaning with the right adjustments, they could potentially be retained. Here's what we found as common controllable reasons. Many employees felt that they had hit a plateau with no clear path forward in their roles. Employees were feeling burned out, especially in high-stress roles. Many expressed they would stay if there were more flexibility. Some employees felt their hard work wasn't being acknowledged or rewarded enough, leading to dissatisfaction. We didn't stop there. We took all this feedback back to the leadership team and organized an action plan workshop. We gathered everyone from managers to team leaders and shared what we learned. Together, we brainstormed actionable strategies that would make a real difference. Here's a snapshot of what we implemented. We helped them outline development programs, providing employees with visible growth opportunities within the company. To address work-life balance, we introduced options for flexible hours and remote work where possible. Leadership agreed to improve their recognition program with more frequent and visible rewards for exceptional work. And the results? Well, after implementing these changes, the company saw a noticeable reduction in attrition in the high-risk group we'd identified. Employees who felt heard were more willing to stay, and the organization now has a much clearer understanding of what their people need to thrive. All in all, predicting attrition and acting on it allowed our client to keep valuable team members and build a more supportive, engaging workplace. So, if you're in a service company wondering how to keep your best talent around, just remember, understanding your exits is the first step. And AceNgage is here to help with the rest.